Okay, how y'all doing?
Good. Great.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm really honored to be here because I've been involved with SIFE for the past 2 years, and we're still in pretty much upstart stage because we haven't been to competition. So I feel very humbled to be able to at least come and share what kind of projects we've done. I know there's a lot more experienced teams here, a lot more accomplished teams here, and so I just appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to my little spiel here. But I want to share, I think, a reason why I was asked to speak is because our situations might be a little bit unique than some of the other universities and colleges here. College America is a for-profit school, and we are a very accelerated program. We do offer associate degrees and bachelor degrees, but we do it in a very short amount of time. We're talking 18 to 20 months for an associate degree and 36 months for a bachelor's degree. Now, I'm sure most of you guys in this room, students, are, what are your semesters like? 3 months, 4 months? Mainly that? Okay. How about if you had a semester, which we call modules, that ended in 4 weeks? You think you could hang with that? 8 days is when most of our students meet up. That means we meet up twice a week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, 4 hours each, so 8 hours a week. A lot of hybrid work, meaning that they go online and they learn what they don't learn in class. Okay? So I think that gives you kind of a perspective on what I'm going to share in terms of our project management. Now, these are just a couple of articles I brought showcasing some of the projects we've accomplished in the past 2 years, not just as SIFE members, but also as business and accounting students, or any student actually that has taken a management class at our school. So we've had things, look out Donald Trump, the class are up and coming entrepreneurs. They have, we had 8 students split into 2 teams. One group called themselves No Excuses, another group called themselves Beyond Ambition. The rules were simple. Come up with a product or service in 2 weeks and design a flyer to market it to the students and faculty, and figure out where to donate the proceeds. So, in 4 weeks, you break that down in half. 2 weeks they do planning, and then the final 2 weeks they execute. But actually it's only 4 days when you really think about that. 4 days to execute. And I know the numbers aren't impressive, okay? We've mainly raised about 200 to 400. I think our best 4-week period was we raised about a little over $600. But I'm still very impressed because guess what their budget is? Zilch, nada, nothing. They start from scratch. Okay, so how do we pull this off? As a matter of fact, we just had a check presentation right before we came down. We drove down from Denver, 12 and a half drive to make it here. But we just presented a check to a domestic violence shelter for $352 that we had raised for that group. Thank you. And this was a collaboration with a local tax service company who was willing to work with us. So I know I'm working with limited time here, so I want to at least go over how we accomplish this, okay? And hopefully this will help you. This presentation is addressing folks that are going to be the project leaders in your team. So, first off, what is project management? I thought our last speaker explained it so well. I was busy taking notes because some of those tools and techniques I certainly want to bring to my school. But this is some of you fellas might be some Boy Scouts in here, or past Boy Scouts. Any? None? Come on. Oh. Well, the Boy Scout motto is be prepared. But my uncle used to always tell me when I was young, be prepared and not scared. And I feel that's so true. When you're doing project management, when you're doing anything in life, you want to be prepared so you will not be scared. So first off, the main inspiration for doing these fundraisers is we're inspired to do them. You have to figure out how to inspire your group. Now, for me, I'm kind of a business junkie. I love business, okay? I watch CNBC. I watch all kinds of shows related to it. I watch any biography regarding some CEO. My favorite show right now is Shark Tank. Anyone's watched Shark Tank? Love that show, okay? Well, I actually had the opportunity many moons ago to participate in The Apprentice. The very first season. I was living in Miami at the time. Obviously, I didn't make the cut. But I love showing this, some of the first or second season episodes to my team, my classes. And that generates inspiration. Let me explain why. I know some of you guys have probably watched Celebrity Apprentice, right? It's easy for them to get, hookups. But what I like about the amateur version of Apprentice is that it shows that regular folks like you and I can make something happen in a short period of time. Most of the Apprentice projects you see happen within 24, 48 hours, right? So once they see these projects and how they execute them and either have success or get fired, it kind of lights a fire in your group members to say, you know what? They're able to pull it off in just 24 hours. And they only have, 1 day notice to get it done. So what are we complaining about being able to execute something in 2 weeks? Right? Plenty of time. So I encourage you to use something like that to try to inspire your group. Either show an Apprentice episode or show some kind of business-related project that shows the process and shows that this can be done. Once you ignite that fire, I also think you ought to allow the students to brainstorm their own projects. I like cartoons, okay? I know, I'm kind of a big kid. One of my favorites, besides Shrek, is Robots. Anyone seen Robots? That movie, that little cartoon Robots? That was a cute little movie. Well, one of the main themes of that movie was it was basically an invention, this robot inventor who looked up to this other big-time inventor called Big Weld. And what Big Weld always encouraged people to do was to see a need and fill a need. Okay? And so you want to be able to let the folks on your team figure out how they want to fill a need. What was great about the last picture I showed you of the check presentation is one of our SIFE members was actually involved with that shelter. She actually had to stay at that shelter for a time, and her life had turned around, and she wanted to figure a way to give back to that nonprofit. Okay? So people within your team may have experience already working with a nonprofit, and so then it creates these seeds, right? For us, some of the successful strategies we've used to raise funds in such a short period of time are raffles. This is where the community partnership comes into play. Because our campus is right within the city, right in the city of Denver, we have a lot of mom and pops as well as major restaurants and businesses around us. And so what students will do will actually go out and ask these businesses to participate, ask them if they'd be willing to make donations, gift cards, what have you, and then they raffle off the gift cards. That's one strategy we've used that's been very popular at the school. Another one has been to create kind of like a snack shop where they will go out, get some snacks donated by one of the local grocery stores, and then they will sell them to the student population and the faculty and staff as well. And that's another easy way we've generated. A third is just having a donation drive. Sometimes nonprofits don't necessarily need money. Sometimes they need time, talent, and other kinds of resources, and we've also done that as well. We love doing clothing drives and food drives and the like. So those are just three strategies you can use for your team. But I would encourage you to allow the students to figure that out. Let them come up with their own ways to do it. And they'll usually figure out something cool and creative.